Welcome everyone to another Goblins vs. Gnomes card reveal and review. Okay, so, pardon my tardiness, but it was the 10-year anniversary the other day. Molten core, lots of fun, plus, other things. Alright, so, Blizzard has given us 3 more cards! Yes, they have. So, what does this 3 cards mean? Well, it's seeming like the prediction of mid-December launch for GVG is getting closer and closer to a reality. I'm still debatable on early December, but we'll see. This is Blizzard. They've been known to pull some shenanigans. And I'm really looking forward to it. And I think the entire community is really looking forward to it. Naxxramas introduced a lot of new blood. Well, now people are frothing at the mouth. They want new cards, and they want to spend their money, and Blizzard knows this. So, alright. So let's get to these cards. The Cog Hammer. People actually voted for this. I just want to point out, people actually voted for this. Alright, so, Cog Hammer. It's a gear on a stick. It's 3 mana. It's a 2/3. Okay, 2/3 is not that great of a stat for a weapon that's 3 mana, but hey, it's an epic. That means it's probably going to have some really cool ability, right? Alright. Battlecry. Give a random friendly minion Divine Shield and Taunt. Alright. Well, I personally don't really care for this in any way, shape, or form. There's definitely some playability with it. It's going to be great for tempo, but the Battlecry. The only time you're really going to want to play this is if you've already got something on the board other than a token. Yes, I'm going to say that, other than a token. Matter of fact, when you're going to play this, you're going to want to run your token into something first or kill it because you don't want it to ever get the Divine Shield and Taunt. It kind of becomes useless. Though, it could play out later, but not really. Alright, so, if you play like a Loatheb down, say, turn 5, right? Your turn 6 will basically be throwing this out to turn Loatheb into a super Sunwalker, which is actually kind of cool. But remember, it's random who it gives to, so you might get screwed on this. Alright? Now the damage on this is pretty minuscule at best. Harrison Jones is always going to get a lot of value out of this if it plays it almost immediately afterwards. Most likely you're only going to be using this for tempo trades, so it's not extremely impactful. You could play this in conjunction with, say, Captain Greenskin or Spiteful Smith and probably get some value out of it. You really could. But overall, I'm meh about the card, to be honest with you. I just don't think it's overly great, but we'll see. Somebody may come up with something really, really cool for this, but we'll see. Alright, so next up is the Antique Healbot. Hi, I am Healing Touch on a stick. Yeah. Alright, so now every class has the ability to heal themselves for 8 life. Hi, Shamans love this guy. Hunters are probably going to embrace this guy a little bit, as maybe a one-of teching. Alright. Classes that traditionally have had some issues with healing will probably take this guy. So I definitely see this running in Shaman. The cool thing is you can actually run this in a Druid deck. I know, it's like, well, why would I run this when I have, Healing Touch? Okay, forget the fact that it heals you for 8. It's a freaking mech, alright? That's an important thing to think about here. Mech Warper comes down 4. Alright? So you're talking about 8 mana heal plus a 3/3 body for 4. That's actually really cool if you can pull it off. But yeah, no, this is actually really cool. The fact that the heal only goes to your hero might put people a little bit off. If you want something that's more directable, you still have Earthen Ring, but this is straight to hero. Alright? So it's not bad. I can see some really interesting synergies and mech synergies definitely coming into play here, and I kind of like that. Yeah, and I could see a rogue actually running this as well, so that's actually really cool. Alright, so the next card, the Iron Sensei. Now, when I looked at this card, I went 3 mana for a 2/2. Alright, well, I do card design in my spare time, for fun, and I'm like, well, let's see, for 2/2 and for 3 mana, it better have some really good stats. And then I read the stats like, okay, so it's like a super master swordsmith, but its body is pretty shit, so it'll die to pretty much any 1-drop spell. Yeah, pretty much. That's the high and low of it. But if you can get this guy to persist for more than 1 round, you can snowball a lot of shit. Alright? It's a mech. Technically, you can get this guy down really dirt cheap and have some really interesting synergies with it. But overall, I feel the card is more kind of flavor than actual impact. Because we all remember when we were running Master Swordsmiths in Zoo. Yeah, it was kind of a novel concept, but did it really change the effect? Yeah, it did. It made us less consistent. Oh, okay, yeah, so one of our Unearther minions now has a +1 attack, but I'm still up with a 1/3 on the board, when I could have put down a 3 or a 4 or 2, you know? So it's that same thing. Would I replace, let's say, SI7 agent with this guy? Would I replace Earthen Ring with this guy? But somebody may actually do a complete rebuild, go completely Mecha Rogue, which is possible, and actually have something, you know, maybe a Miracle-esque VO7 Tron deck. Sure. Would I put this in there? I'm on the fence on that. It's quite difficult to say. There's probably a build that'll work with this, but for what we have now in the meta, probably not. Alright. So now I'm going to go in reverse order here of the arena value. What do I feel the arena value of this is? Well, if I'm playing an arena, I might consider this guy, depending on what my other rares are, but that stat line, 2/2 for a 3, that's horrible stat. I mean, his ability is pretty cool, but it means I'm going to have mechs. And if I don't have a really solid mech hand, I'm kind of screwed. So I would rate this at maybe 50% chance of taking it. Alright. Antique Healbot. Alright, so would I take this in arena? Well, it's common. So maybe. I mean, for 5 mana, there's a lot of things I'd really like to play at 5 mana over this because they have a decent body. But I mean, the 8 health to my hero, it's kind of nifty, but not as impactful as you might think, especially in arena. So I think there's other like 5-drops I'd much rather have that are common. So I'm again, I would say 50% on this. Cog Hammer. Okay, this is another card that's in arena. I can think of way better epics that are out there. If like a Faceless was there or a Giant, yeah, I'll take those all day long. But if my epics are literally a War Leader and a Doomsayer or a Captain's Parrot or some other bullshit crap epic, yeah, I'll take the Cog Hammer. I won't feel good about it, but I'll take the Cog Hammer. So, yeah. Overall, I don't feel like any of the 3 cards that we've been shown have any kind of really great, strong arena value. But constructed-wise, could actually have some possibility and some weird, interesting plays later on. I know me and a few other people already theory crafted how to use like every single card here like 20 different ways. And after all that, I honestly felt that these 3 weren't all that great, to be perfectly honest with you. From other stuff we've seen, and then coming back to this, it's like, huh. Well, I guess they can't all be like, you know, great cards, you know. That's the God's honest truth of it. They all can. But anyway, this is the Shiv saying thank you very much for watching. Please like, subscribe, Reddit. Don't forget to check out Mechatork's Workshop on my boy Noxious's stream, and also rebroadcast on his YouTube every Tuesday, 1 p.m. Eastern. And it's like 6 p.m. GMT or something. Anyway, take it easy.